We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tận thịnh, vì thứ Pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh. Tinh chuyên diệu Pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đan Thô Sư Chế Đô Ye Ở La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Ta Rác Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya La Hơ Đề Tam Miao Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu sheng 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 wei miao fa bai jian wan jian an zhao yu. 我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Huineng, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good advisors, Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa lục tổ, Hoàng Hòa Thượng Tiến Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức cả như Đạo Phật. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, Liêu Chủ, Sư Phụ Sang Rần, Cơ Vị Chủ Gia Rần, Cơ Vị Sang Chư Sư, Emitofuo. Hello everyone, today is the 29th of July 2022. Thank you for coming to our 6th Patriarch Sutra lecture. We are on chapter 2. Discussing the Prajna, the great teacher, was teaching his disciples about the concept, the Prajna wisdom. Okay, how to acquire Prajna wisdom. All right, we are on 161 text. Therefore, you should know that the 10,000 dharmas exist totally within your own mind. Why don't you, from within your own mind, certainly see that thus are the true suchness of your original nature.
故知万法尽在自心，何不从自心中顿见真如本性？
All right, 162. Okay, he says that the every single dharma, every single thing out there, they exist totally within 尽在自心 in all of our minds, okay, including his mind. Okay, every single one's mind, all the dharmas exist within them. Okay, they are not outside. All the dharmas are inside our minds. Okay, so if you seek outside, they're not there. All the dharmas that you see outside actually are a reflection of the dharmas inside of your mind. So far, so good. 163. Why don't you, from within your own mind, certainly see the true suchness of your original nature? Okay, so now you know that everything is contained within your own mind. Why don't you, from your own mind, immediately see the true suchness of your original nature? So what is this called? Sudden teaching. Okay, that's what it takes. If you believe that everything is from within your own mind, everything you see, all the girls, all the cars, all the houses, everything exists within your own mind. Okay, then if you really believe that, you can also see the Buddha in your own nature. Nobels, like Super Lotto, $1.2 billion. In the United States, people who are not here, they just have a Super Lotto that the winning prize is $1.2 billion, enough to let Tuan retire and never come to the temple again. And Cordell, you would never have to go to work ever again. Okay? And so this one winning ticket somewhere in Illinois, state of Illinois, and I don't think it's police woman. Because otherwise we would have heard about it already. Okay? So the people, can you imagine if you were the lottery winner, you'd have the bells and whistle, throw a party? The same thing here. You can see your Buddha nature. It's even bigger, much bigger. There'll be a really huge party, and we'll all get drunk for once. Diego likes it too much. You say, oh yeah, that's me. If I get to see my nature, the heck with cultivation. Malcolm, what do you think? 3.
Master, if you're enlightened, then you can break the precepts and drink the real Heineken, or
and you can't wait. Okay. The Koreans are all shocked. They say, and we thought Americans are so advanced. No, they're so worldly. They can't wait to have a drink once they become enlightened. That's us. Okay, we work hard, we party hard. All right. 164. Again, do we have a cause for celebration? Huh? Anyone? Any? Heineken? Anyone? Huh? No? What is it? The Bodhisattva Sutra says, our fundamental self-nature is clear and pure. If we recognize our own mind and see the nature, we shall all accomplish the Buddha way.
菩萨戒经云：我本源自性清净，若是自心见性，皆成佛道。
All right, 165. Amazingly, this sixth patriarch, now is quoting sutras left and right for someone who never could read anything. He says, Bodhisattva Sila, meaning a sutra that talks about the precepts for Bodhisattva. In that sutra, Shila is precepts. Okay, so this is the Bodhisattva Precept Sutra. It says, Our fundamental self-nature is clear and pure. In that sutra, it says our Buddha nature, our self-nature. Remember, get used to these words, okay, guys? This is our world. Self-nature, Buddha nature, so the same thing. Refers to you, what you have, what you own. This is the real you, if you will, not the fake one that your spouse is in love with. Not that one. Okay, the real one. Okay, your fundamental self-nature. This is what we are. It's fundamental because this is principally who we are. Okay, this is who we really are. Believe it or not, is clear and pure. Our self-nature, okay, is clear and pure. So, jing, okay, it's pure. Okay, and if we recognize our own mind and see the nature, we all shall accomplish the Buddha way. So this is a Chan doctrine. If you are able to recognize that, have a glimpse of that fundamental self-nature of yours, okay, that is inherently can be seen from your own mind, then you've done. You can have a Heineken. Questions or comments? Korean says, no, it cannot be that simple. Cannot be that easy. It's much harder to graduate from high school and get into a college, good college. It sounds like becoming enlightened is so easy. Agree? Come on, Koreans, speak up. Don't be shy. What do you think? Anyone has any questions or comments, objections, commentaries, disagreements? Yes, too.
Master, I would love to be able to get there someday before I'm like...
before you die, you mean?
Yeah, and before I get like way too old. And if I could do it, if I really could get to see my true nature, I would really like to have a vodka gimlet. Could I go for that instead of Heineken?
You want the real thing, not the that imported stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Could I do that,
weak
please?
thing. We can discuss it. Yeah, I'm sure Malcolm can. Is amenable to that. Yeah. I'm more for martini, shaken and not stirred. Like James Bond. Hey, Rushu, martini shaken not stirred is what your husband drinks? Huh? Is that what he drinks? You should give him that when he comes home tonight. Do a martini, shaken, not stirred, okay? Tell me, oh, my favorite spy. He'd love it. And he said, where did you learn this from? Oh, today's Sutra lecture. Yes, one. Seriously, now we go back to the real world.
From Alex, who recognizes their own mind?
Who recognizes their own mind? Daniel can recognize his own mind. And why can't he recognize his own mind? Why can't Daniel recognize his own mind? Yes, 9. This is a very important question. Because he asks that himself every night. He asks, why can't I recognize oh my God, and cries himself to sleep. He said, I should have become Buddhist. Yes, 9.
Because it's all covered by dust.
All covered by dust. Excellent. Wow, this guy's good. Did you hear that? His Buddha nature is all covered by Catholic dust. That's why he cannot recognize it. Yeah? Excellent. Now you understand. Because not only because it's covered by dust, because actually it's impossible for the Buddha nature to be covered by dust. It only happens to Catholics, Buddha natures. Okay? For our Buddhist Buddha nature, it's not an issue. Okay? Why is the case? Why I just told you, all you have to do, the master, great teacher said, all you have to do is see your Buddha nature and you're done. And why can't you see your Buddha nature? And you still, where's my Buddha nature? Why not? Come on, Booz. Why can't you see your Buddha nature?
I don't know, Master.
You don't know. Wait a minute. Anyone, why can't you see the Buddha nature? Let's ask the Koreans. Korean ladies and gentlemen, why can't you see your Buddha nature? Yeah? What happened to Jumi? She never asks questions nowadays anymore. She's like, oh, I matured, I graduated, I don't need to ask questions anymore. Yeah? Seriously, Jumi, don't you remember Jumi, my Korean princess? Yeah, good gracious, I know. Yes, 3.
Buddha nature leaks out throughout the day, and your energy drains and the light. You have the emitting light, and then throughout the day
No, that's too much. And the Buddha nature doesn't leak out. You're wrong. The Buddha nature doesn't leak out at all. Okay, that's wrong. Don't talk like that. Okay, the Catholics will believe you. Yes, 9. Why can't you see a Buddha nature?
Because we don't drop everything off.
Because you're on drugs? Okay. This guy is too much. He's from Colombia. Oh my God. Okay. Anyone else? It's too original. Yeah? Koreans, why can't you see a Buddha nature? Jumi, why can't you see a Buddha nature? Because? Quickly, no thinking. Why can't you see a Buddha nature?
참진치 때문에 그렇지 않을까 생각해 봅니다.
He said, I ate too much today at lunch.
Because of my greed, anger, and stupidity.
Because your greed, anger, and stupidity. Very good. And that's why she doesn't ask questions anymore. She knows all the answers. Anyone else? Anyone? 1. Excellent. Very good. You guys are getting good. Yes.
Addison Brazil said, we cannot see our Buddha nature because we are attached to the 5 skandhas. We are attached to forms, impulses, feelings, consciousness, and perceptions. Ru Zhu said, too much greedy mind.
Too much greedy mind. Okay, excellent. How about JMT? Oh, you guys are good. Yes. JMT, speak.
상 때문입니다. 다시 한번 얘기해 주세요. 안 들렸어요.
CNN says, I saw my nature.
Because of myself, mark of self.
Because of what?
Self, mark of self.
With the mark of self. Very good. Okay, you guys, very good. Okay, Rushu, did you have something to say? The one by herself only at Conch? Boy, it must be nice to be by yourself, right? So free. No husband, no children, no monk, no nun, no master. Master's very far away. Yeah? Why can't you see in your nature?
제가 가지고 있는 것들을 좋아하고 있기 때문인 것 같습니다.
Because I like what I have.
You like what you have. And what do you have again?
저는 남편이랑 아이들이랑 살아가는 게 힘들 때도 많지만 여기에 행복을 느낄 때도 많습니다. 그래서 불성을 보기에는 아직 많이 혼란스러워서 그런 것 같습니다.
Sometimes it's very hard to live together with my husband and children, but sometimes I feel happiness. I think I'm too confused to see the Buddha nature.
Okay, how about Jun? Why can't you see a Buddha nature?
I don't know, Master.
Oh, how depressing. I don't know. Why I can't see a Buddha nature? Huh? Yes, 3. I don't know what she ate today.
Because of sexual desire.
Sexual desire? Okay, very good. Excellent. Because of attachments. You have so many attachments. Go ahead, go for us.
Master, because I think too much.
Because you think that, why do you think too much?
Because I have a lot of greed.
You have a lot of greed, you have a lot of attachments. What are you greedy about? More money?
Attention from Master, for example.
That's still greed, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Yes, 1.
From Alex. Because in stillness I see motion and in emptiness I see form. Also I cling to a bounded mind. So what kind of person would I be to recognize my true nature?
Okay, he sounds like a poet, but okay. Let me be blunt with you. Okay. At each and every single level where you at, you. Okay, doesn't matter which level you are. The reason that even though we tell you that all you have to do is look at your Buddha nature, which you have already, okay, and you immediately certify to enlightenment, okay? And why can't you do it? Because here's the bottom line. Koreans, last chance. Last chance. Anyone has any brilliant ideas? Why not? We keep on telling you, the Buddha nature is right there. All you have to do is look at it. Look at it. Don't look outside. Look inside. Why can't you do it? Yes, 9. What happens? Do you know?
Because we need more blessings.
Need more blessings. Anyone else? Same thing. Okay, anyone else? JMT? Why not? Come on. This is very important. If it's that simple, the 6th Patriarch says, just look at the Buddha nature. You have it with your own mind. And why can't you see it? Why can't we see it? Go ahead, JMT.
우리는
Yes.
우리는 자신의 마음을 보려고 애쓰지 않습니다. 거기다가 어떻게 하면 마음을 볼 수 있는지 모릅니다.
We don't try to see our own mind, and we don't know how to see our own mind.
Very good. A woman who is honest, a Korean who's honest. Very rare. No offense. Okay. What happens is that even though you heard, we tell you that look at your own Buddha nature, you have it. Okay? And when you hear that, you know what happens to you? What happens to Jumi's husband when he hears, hey, you have a Buddha nature? What happens to Tuan when we tell him, hey, Tuan, you have a Buddha nature? He says, look at it. Tuan says, hey, Master, all due respect, I'm busy working. Okay? You think I'm joking? Anyone else? Why? What happens to you? What happened is, what about the lady back there in JMT who's going like this? Ask her. What happens? Why? Tell her, look at your Buddha nature. I want to hear her say it. What happens when you told that, hey, simply look at your Buddha nature? And she said, wait a minute, let me think. What happened?
불성을 보고자 했는데 다른 가리는 것들을 보지 않을 수 없는 멍청함이 있기 때문입니다.
Sounds so serious.
We are trying to see the Buddha nature, but since our stupidity, we cannot see it.
Stupidity cannot see. Okay, let's give it to the professor. Why can't you see your Buddha nature, professor? Lao Shi? Is she there or not? No? Okay. What about Yumi? She's bending over and says, don't call me. Huh? Why can't you see? What happens when you hear? I'm asking you a very straightforward question. When I tell you, listen, simply look at your Buddha nature and you immediately can see it and you can become enlightened. What happened to you? Huh? Yumi? Yumi? Huh? What happens? What happens inside a little head? Come on, share with us.
안 들려요.
We're not going anywhere. We're going to wait.
마이크를 바꿔보시는 건 어떨까요?
I still can see the Buddha nature. I think I cannot see the Buddha nature.
What? She said she thinks she cannot see the Buddha nature. Is it what she said?
지금 마이크 소리가 좀 많이 명확하지가 않거든요. JMT 마이크 소리가.
Yes, Master. I said I think I still cannot see the Buddha nature.
Very good. What about Q&A?
A Di Đà Phật. Theo con nghĩ là chúng ta chưa có tinh tấn đúng mức. Cái mục đích của mình tìm cái Phật tánh mà mình không có tinh tấn đúng mức, không có cố gắng. Mà thì khi mà mình cố gắng tinh tấn đến mức rồi thì cộng cái phước đức của mình nữa thì nó sẽ một ngày nào đó nó bùng lên thì mình sẽ thấy.
Okay, very good. Here's what happened to you. It's funny how no Chinese person ever asked this before. The question I just asked you. If it's that simple, and if the patriarchs keep on teaching us about that, just see the Buddha nature, and straight away certify to enlightenment, certify to Buddhahood, why can't we do it? QA still has a commentary?
Master, I was going to say doubt.
Very good. Excellent. Okay? When you hear, just look at your Buddha nature that you already have. What does Daniel do? It's just a typical example. Daniel says, nonsense, right? If you tell Daniel, look at your God nature, he says, nonsense. Yeah? God is God, I cannot be God. Okay? Nonsense, correct? Okay. So what did you mean to say? I think I cannot see the Buddha nature. So what does it mean? Every time we tell you, when we tell each and every one of you, okay, look at the Buddha nature, it's right there. What do? You say, nah, inside. Immediately, Diego's reactions, nah. Hey man, that's not possible. Okay? That's what happens to us. Inside of us, every time we're told, look at the Buddha nature, we said, no, I can't do that, like you mean. He said, no, I don't think I can. Okay? And because, what happened? A thought arises. You think, she thinks. That's what happens to all of you who cannot see the Buddha nature, because as soon we tell you, look at the Buddha nature, you say, I can't do that. Along that line. This is dead silence. And all the way places, they say, oh my God, I'm so ashamed of myself. Master works so hard and tells me about my Buddha nature. And Yumin says, I really like you, Master. I really adore you. I don't believe you. Because I don't think I can. Is that right, Yumin? That's what she just said, by the way. I'm only quoting her. See? She cannot even disagree with me. How disappointing. Every time, I repeat, every time you hear, just look at your Buddha nature, it's right there. What do? You say, I can't. It's not possible. You strike up a thought. That's why you can't see it. So far, so good? Look at each and every one of you. Let me do the experiment again. Okay? Look at your Buddha nature. It's right there. What happens to you? I don't believe I have it. I won't believe I can. That's what happens to you. Because you shoot yourself in the foot. You tell yourself you can't. Am I correct? Yes or no? Professor Ru Shu at Kong, he says, I feel so guilty. Sometimes I'm happy with my family. Sometimes I'm not. What kind of person I am? If that kind of person, how can I possibly see my Buddha nature? See that? Anyone else would like to share? Chinu says, I'm too depressed. I can't see my Buddha nature. I don't care what Master says. And Diego, of course, says, Ole! But he's not Spanish. Wait a minute. What do you say inside of your little head?
I would say, but where? Where should I see?
Yeah, where? What does it look like, right? What am I supposed to see? 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 Doubt. Yes? Yes, Catholic. He says, become Catholic. We never ask to do something impossible, like look at the Buddha nature. Just believe in God. So predictable. See that? So that's what happens. That's why you cannot see the Buddha nature, but as soon as you're told to do that, you don't believe it. Don't believe that you can. It's not that you don't believe me. It's just you don't believe that you can yourself. That's a slight difference. You mean believes me, but she doesn't believe in herself. Right? You mean? Give me a sign you're still alive.
So it's true. Hello?
Yeah, again.
Yes, so it's true.
Yes, it ain't true, she says. Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone? One? Addison, Brazil. One.
Said, yes, you are correct. When you said to look at your Buddha nature, the thought, do I do this with my heart arises. I feel the thought and I get confused.
Yep. Okay. You have questions in your mind right away. DTT. Jimmy, haven't you fixed the internet yet? Text us. If you can't speak, then you can text us, okay? That's what happened. What happened is that you give rise to doubts, some sort of doubts. Okay? You have questions. Okay? And the doubt can in the form of, how? Which eye am I supposed to do? Which eye am I supposed to use? And when I see it, what color is going to be? And so forth. Right? That's what happens to all of you. When you're told to look at the Buddha nature again, and it's just amazing to me why none of the Chinese ever dare ask this to their Chan master, their patriarchs. It's, yeah, you told me to look at my Buddha nature, I keep looking, but I can't see it. Okay? What's the matter with me? What did I do wrong? Okay? What you're doing wrong is not something that's voluntary. It's involuntary. The thought arises. Usually it's doubt. You doubt yourself. You doubt me. You doubt the Dharma. You doubt the fact it's that easy. Okay? You have all these built-in doubts. You say, no, it cannot be. I'm Catholic. No wonder. You know, these Buddhists are so confused. You know, I'm glad I'm Catholic. You know, and so forth. All right? Any questions regarding this? Yes, too.
Master, how do we overcome our doubt?
Ah, excellent. I've been waiting for that. Look at this sixth patriarch. How did he overcome it? First, he did it 2 times. He says, when he was selling firewood in the marketplace, and in the thick of a big crowd, someone who was reciting the Vajra Sutra, and there's this one phrase, you should you should not dwell your mind on any and anywhere. He heard that phrase, he became enlightened. He certified the 4th stage arhatship immediately, right there on the spot. Never did chant before, never meditated, never learned about Buddhism. He just heard that sentence. Okay? 2 things happened there. Let me elaborate for you. Number 1, he was able to do it because of the power of the Vajra Sutra. The Vajra Sutra is so powerful that when you simply recite the phrase, 因无所住而生其心, that phrase right there is extremely powerful. And for some of us who hear that, something happens inside of us. And most of you will not, nothing happens. Okay, most of us, I mean, did nothing for me either. But I heard about it 25 years ago. I said, and so nothing worked. Like booze right now. Booze, I don't know. Whatever Master says, nothing clicks inside of me. Okay? So that's what happens. For the 6th patriarch, different. As soon as he heard that phrase, you should produce that mind that dwells nowhere, he said, that's what he did immediately. He didn't think because remember, he's illiterate, right? He can't think for himself. He never thought for himself. He never thought about, enlightenment or anything. He just thought about every day he's thinking about collecting firewood to go and take care of his mom, okay? Support his mom. Okay, that's all he cared about. And all of a sudden, one day, he heard that phrase and said, of course. Something clicked inside of him. Meaning that He did it before. Do you understand? It's not the first time he did it. It's probably the second time or more, or maybe the 10 millionth time that he said, oh, of course. It was that easy because he did it so many times already. Does it make sense to you? Hello there. Anybody home? What is that song? Hello? Anybody home? Huh? See that? He did it before. So he's reminded. Remember this morning I told you that once you get a certain level in the future lifetimes, it's very easy to get back to it. This is what happened to the sixth patriarch. He was a fourth stage arhat so many times already. So when he heard this sentence from the Vimalakirti Sutra, very powerful force, it says, okay, this is what it is. And it clicked in his mind immediately because that's how he was before, immediately. He was simply reminded to do that again. That's all. Is it clear now? So the sudden enlightenment here in his case is that because it happened to him already. So far, so good. That's what happened to us. Ultimately, the reason, yes, 3.
So the sixth patriarch was buying firewood, and somebody said that, and then it clicked with him, and then he was the fourth stage arhat, or
instantaneously.
But who told him that he was like, hey, you're a fourth stage arhat? Like somebody said that to him, or selling the firewood or something? Or?
No. He didn't have to be told he's fourth stage arhat. I'm just telling you because the Chinese won't tell their own kind. I'm going to tell you that he's certified the fourth stage arhat with that phrase. Okay? And that's why he said, my life has a purpose. It's got to be bigger than taking care of my mother. So he's reminded of his mission, what he had to do. So he said, okay, hey, Mom, sayonara. I love you, but, I don't love you as much as thought. Remember, this morning I made a comment that before you enlighten, you should practice filiality, because how you become enlightened? After you become enlightened, what happens? Did he become unfilial? No, his filiality takes on different aspects. It became different. So for him to leave his mother, abandon his mother, actually an ultimate act of filiality. Can you see that? That's why I promise you that the Buddhist teaching is very precise. What Master YongHua taught is very precise. He says, filiality, you need to practice it, is for losers like us who are not enlightened yet. We better practice filiality. But once you're enlightened, look at Master Huineng. He dropped his mother like a stone and said, hey, man. It's enough is enough, man. Goodbye. You see that? How brutal it was. He came home and said, hey, Mom, I'm out of here. Boozer. Yeah. Can you see that? Okay. So the one thing is that he's been there before, so he doesn't have any doubt in his mind. What happens to us is we have doubts, okay? That's why we constantly doubt ourselves, okay? For Master Huineng, he has no such problem, no such obstructions, okay? So the question is, if he has been there before and we haven't been, how do we do it ourselves, right? That's the question. In order for you to be able to do that, if it's your first time, is what? Your blessings. If you have the blessings to become enlightened, then the thoughts will not arise. So that's what happens in Korea to Jumi. Jumi says, I don't care. Whatever it takes, I want to be a fourth-stage arhat. Yes? Because of that, he says, I'm determined to be a fourth-stage arhat. Whatever it takes, I will be a fourth-stage arhat. If I have to give up my, what are you willing to give up, Jumi? I will let you speak for yourself. She said, oops, got to be careful here. And the husband says, careful, honey, careful, honey. What are you willing to give up?
I don't know.
You don't know. Good answer, very good. Okay, so that's what happens. What happens is that because she keeps on insisting, I want to be fourth-stage arhat, whatever it takes for me to be fourth-stage arhat, okay, that's what I want. Okay, that's why she'll never make it to fourth-stage arhat. Because she's still thinking about it. When Master Hui Neng heard, you should not produce a mind that dwells nowhere. How is it different from Jumi? Jumi says, my life is built, meaning of my life is built upon reaching fourth-stage arhat. So her life depends on reaching a fourth-stage arhat. You understand the subtlety? As long as you depend everything, you tie everything with reaching fourth-stage arhat, you will not make it. Because you produce a mind that dwells on fourth-stage arhat. So how do you prevent that from happening? By creating blessings. If you have enough blessings, you will not do that to yourself. The reason that Jumi keeps on saying, I want fourth-stage arhat. You don't teach me fourth-stage arhat, I'm out of here. Okay? And I'm warning you for the last time. Are you going to teach me or not? If you don't teach me, I will go to the, to your competition and tell them that I'm here because Master YongHua refuses to help me. Will you help me? And the person, and then Jumi is herself again. She said, if you don't help me either, I'm going to be out of here. And she goes from temple to temple, and the same thing happens over and over again. She produces a mind that dwells on fourth-stage arhatship. That's why she'll never make it. Are you all fourth-stage arhats in Korea? You mean, are you fourth-stage arhat? Don't tell me you think you cannot do it. You understand the subtlety, Jumi? That's why you never make it. That's the wrong way to do it. Okay? And it's impossible to tell you back then. Not now that you have more blessings. I tell you, you're not upset, are you? That's the next step. If I tell you you're not upset, then you have a chance. If you tell you and say, I don't believe you, you're just making excuses so that you don't help me, then you won't make it. That's what happens to losers here. He says, I I don't like you, Master. You have too many excuses not to help me, not to teach me. I'm out of here. Sounds familiar? Those people who left, that's their reasons. Master's not helping me. Master have excuses, that's all. Probably possessed by demons. Because they don't have enough blessings. No matter what you tell them, they will not believe. On the other hand, if you have plenty of blessings like Master Huineng, the moment he heard, hey, you should not depend on anything. Your mind should not depend on anything, not dwell on anything. He says, of course. I should not dwell on my filiality. He dropped his mom immediately. Hey, Mom, who are you again? He Young, are you 4-stage Arhat yet? Drop your mom. She said, I can't. I love her too much. If I drop her, what else do I have to live for? See that? That's the difference. That's the answer to question to number 2. How to prevent it from your mind from dwelling, from having any doubts, from thinking, by creating more blessings and more and more and more and more. Do not ever say, I helped you enough. Jumi, every time she goes to the temple and helps Master Z out, he says, I'm creating blessing. I hope it's enough today. and then she said, but I've been helping him for 2 years now. How much longer is it going to take? And Xianan says, I'm not telling you. See that? Okay? You don't think about it. Okay? All you have to do, okay, is to create more and more blessings. Don't ever plan to say, I think that's enough. If I continue this way, next month should be enough. That's my 10th anniversary of slaving with Master Z. And Yumin says, I've been coming here for 2 months regularly now. Okay? How much longer do I have to go before I become enlightened? Everything Master YongHua says is so simple, so easy. How could it be? If it's that easy, why do I have to come to the temple on weekends? Xianan says, Master YongHua doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what's going on in Korea. He's not here. How would he know? You see, each and every one of you, have so many reasons to have doubt and to think and try and question yourself. Yes or no? This is a Korean sickness. Yes. Number 3.
What time is it in Korea right now? Is it 6 o'clock in the morning? Or?
Right now, it's about 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
5:30. They're crazy. Yeah. Sunday morning. The Catholics, they don't go to church until 10, right? Sunday mornings? Yes, sir. 10 o'clock, right?
I used to go at 7 when I was younger.
But you're too old now.
Yeah.
Okay? And so, Do you hear me? Did you hear me properly, Koreans? I want you to improve more quickly, and the way to do it is create more blessings. Sign up for the list for slavery for Master Z. You create more blessings. You hear me? When you have more blessings, do not ask us, how come I'm not enlightened yet? Ask yourself, how come you don't have enough blessings? Okay? You understand now the subtlety? You don't say, I come to the temple for all this time. How come, Master, everyone else is enlightened, I'm not enlightened. How come? This is not fair. Especially Jumi's husband. He says, my wife drags me to come here every single weekend. How come I'm not enlightened yet? I'm filial to my wife. Isn't that enough? Huh? I slave for her so that she can slave for Master Z. So I must have blessings too. Okay, you keep on talking to yourself like that. You keep on justifying yourself and wonder why. And CNN, of course, has her own reason. She doesn't ask why. She knows why already. Because Master Z doesn't like her. She has all the reasons. You see? To justify her doubts. Okay? All you can do, create even more blessings. If you still doubt it, still I tell you, okay, produce that mind that dwells nowhere. Listen to me. Okay, one final test. Okay, He Young, think of dropping someone. Okay? Produce a mind that dwells nowhere. It's not working. Sinan? She says, no, I don't believe you, she says. Yumin says, I can't, I'm too depressed. And the lady in the back, can't you see I'm busy? Huh? Why can't you see I'm busy? Who has time? Isn't that amazing? And one text says, I definitely can't. I'm from a different country. Okay? All right. Create more blessings, even more blessings. Is it clear? Don't question, don't ask why, how much longer. Ru Shu, if you're worried, you're not happy, okay, whatever, create more blessings and things will happen naturally. Okay? Couple things. You create blessings. Number 2, you make time to go to the temple when you can and put what you hear into practice. Okay? No excuses. Meditate every day and ask yourself, why am I so afflicted? Why am I so greedy? Okay? Be less greedy. Be more happy. Be more content. All right, 166. The Vimalakirti Nirdesa Sutra says, just then, suddenly regain your original mind.
净明经云，即时豁然，还得本心。
167. Okay, the Venerable Great Master Huineng quoted another sutra to demonstrate to you that this sudden teaching is found all over in Shakyamuni Buddha's sermons, his teachings. When he lectured on the Vimalakirti Nirdesa Sutra, he quoted in that sutra. He says, "Just then, suddenly regain your original mind." Okay. 即时. Okay. At that very moment, just then means 即时, meaning that at that very moment. Which moment? The moment that you decide, the moment that you are told, you heard about this teaching. Okay? The moment that you read about this, the very moment you hear of the Dharma, that moment. Is that clear? 豁然, right? 豁然, is it 豁然? 豁然, okay? Instantaneously, naturally. 豁 is all of a sudden, 然 is naturally. Not just suddenly, but also naturally, meaning it takes no effort whatsoever. Is that clear? Don't ask yourself, Master says I'm first stage Arhat, therefore I'm first stage Arhat. Right now, you should be second stage Arhat. 豁然, suddenly, naturally. And he says, I don't believe it. Because I've got to work harder yet. Is that clear? Okay? 还得本性. You regain 还得 you regain your original mind. Okay? That original mind here refers to enlightenment. So far, so good? Do not take this lightly, by the way, even though that you are not able to do and execute a certain teaching, but these are the seeds that will ripen in the future for you. All of you who heard of it, who read this today and the future, including that little girl in Gold Forest who says, Mommy, Mommy, where is Master, my buddy? Okay? All the seeds are there, believe it or not. 168. Good knowing advisors. When I was with the High Master Ren, I was enlightened as soon as I heard his words and suddenly saw the true suchness of my own original nature.
善知识，我与忍和尚处，一闻言下便悟，顿见真如本性。
Okay, now Master will go out on a limb for you. And please don't quote me. Let's keep it just between us. Girls only. Okay? Now Master Huineng says, he's sharing a personal story. He said, my personal experience. This is so nice, so intimate. He says, children, boys and girls, we've gone this far about a certain teaching Dharma, a certain Dharma. Let me tell you what happened to me regarding this. When I was a High Master Ren, when I was the fifth Patriarch, okay? So Ren here, my comment was that Ren is Chinese to endure disciple stupidity. Endures spies, endures, Catholics, and so forth. You endure everything. So far, so good. Endure the pain. Endure people laughing at you. Endure people slandering you. Endure people doubting you. Okay? Endure people scamming you, taking advantage of you, abusing you. Endure. So far, so good. So the High Master Ren was a patriarch because he endured. No, Hong Ren wasn't very competent, by the way. I don't think Hong Ren was competent. Why is that? Couldn't do much. Bottom line, you can talk all you want. I look at how much money you have. I mean, not money. I mean, how many temples? No, not temples. How many disciples? No, not disciples. Nothing works for Hung Ren, doesn't it? See, I rest my case. No eminent disciples, no really great temples, okay? No really big achievement, okay? Hung Ren level is pretty low. He's not very competent master, he asked me, okay? But he says, but Master Huineng is still very respectful. He says, I assure you, Master Huineng knew a Master Hung Ren's level. But he's still extremely respectful. He knows his level is higher than Master Ren. His disciples' level is higher than Master Ren's level. But he still say, when I was with a high master, okay, what is that called? Gratitude. Enlightened people are very grateful. Not like you, we say, okay, thank you, Mom, sayonara. Okay? Thank you, honey, I'm moving on. Good luck with your life. Okay? I was enlightened as soon as I heard his words. Okay? He said he was enlightened. I feel that Master Huineng was enlightened already when he was threshing the rice. Okay? When he was working for 8 months, okay, by himself, and day and night, what is it called again? The word I used this morning? Jing jing? Very good. You were listening, huh? I'm impressed. Did you tell your masters about that? Okay? Vigor. He's very vigorous. You see, I'm sharing you the secret here. Master Huineng was so vigorous for 8 months. 8 months. At Master Xianren's temple. Okay? Now, Koreans, don't tell me you've been longer. You may have been longer slaving with Master Z, but you're not as vigorous. Is that clear? Master Huineng forgot everything, forgot about his body, forgot about sleep, forgot about eating, okay? And he says, my job here, because the master says, go and thresh rice, and work, so he gave his best, his all to work. Can you do that? No, you can't. Okay? So, when Master Fifth Patriarch, Master Hung Ren, walked in there, Master Huineng was already enlightened. Okay? Then why did he say, I was enlightened as soon as I heard his words, and I suddenly saw the truth such as my own original nature? He didn't lie, I assure you. Next levels. Enlightenment has many levels. He got there by himself. And then Master Hung Ren explained to him the Vimalakirti Sutra and brought him up even more. So then after that, Master Hung Ren saw him and said, oh, this guy is strong enough to be on his own. He says, okay, now go quickly. Because before, when he first walked into Master Hung Ren's room, he wasn't strong enough yet for him to leave, okay? He would have to struggle a lot more and would be in greater danger. So Master Hung Ren says, I'll bring you up quickly so that now you have the capacity to handle danger. So Master Hung Ren brought up Master Hui Neng's capacity, potential. Ji, remember? That's Chan right there. See, that's a proof to you right there. The Master Hung Ren, taught him so that he got to very high level quickly. From learning about the Vajra Sutra. Is that clear? So that's why when he said, I was enlightened as soon as I heard his word, meaning enlightened next level, next level, next level, next level, not just one, next level, next level. As Master Hung Ren was going, he was going especially towards the second part of the Vajra Sutra. He said, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh my God, oh praise the Lord. See that? And suddenly saw the truths of my own original nature. He saw clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer. Questions or comments? Isn't that fascinating? Okay, you're not impressed. It's okay. 170 Sutra text. This is why I am spreading this method of teachings, which leads students of the way to become enlightened suddenly to Bodhi, as each contemplates his own mind and see his own original nature.
是以将此教法流行，令学道者顿悟菩提，各自观心，自见本性。
171 commentary. Master Hideng says, I went through that experience. I saw what happened to me personally. And therefore, if I can do it, so can you. He just simply left out the part where you're supposed to have more blessings, that's all. Okay, but minor detail, don't be so picky. It's a free class. Okay, so that is why he saw that, it's possible. It is possible to do that, assuming that you have enough blessings, by the way. Okay, he didn't mention it, but it's up to us, for me, to spell it out for you to ask the right questions, when you ask the right questions. So he says, I've been through it. I saw myself. Okay? Realizing sudden enlightenment because of Master Hung Ren was doing. He was teaching me the Vajra Sutra. Okay? Not sure that what Master Hung Ren was doing it on purpose or not, but doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's about me now. It happened to me, and therefore I understand the process. That's why now I'm doing it for you. Okay? The point being that what happened to me is what happened to me. It's a lot more than I can explain to you. Well, all that matters right now is what's going to happen to you. My job now, Master Hui Neng says, my job now is to make sure that this can also happen to you. Because that's why I'm telling you it's possible, because it happened to me. Have no doubt. Because Ru Shu there by herself, I'm here by myself. I don't believe it cannot be that easy. Okay? More blessings, that's why you don't doubt, you don't question. Okay? So now Master Hui Neng says, I'm spreading this sudden teaching method so that anyone can also reach sudden enlightenment. Anyone. Okay? 172. How? By each one of you, each one of us, contemplates his or her own mind and immediately see his or her own original nature. That's all there is to it. And when, in the future, when you're able to do that, you see what he means right here. Contemplate your own mind and seize your own original nature. When that happens to you, say, that's what he meant. It happens, can I put it this way for you? Okay, pay attention, happens. What happened to DTT? What happened to the internet? We cannot hear the question from DTT. What's going on? Jimmy has been there almost 2 weeks now. Okay, so when you're able to do that, okay, then this sentence here, each contemplates his own mind and sees his own nature, you understand what this means. Okay, you don't question it. Okay, until then, plant even more and more and more blessings. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting me. Stop doubting Master Hui Neng. I'm only repeating his words. I'm not creating anything new. I remember Chun, when she first came to Lu Mountain Temple, she doubted everything I told her. Whatever I explained to her, but. I told her to cross the legs, but I don't like crossing my legs. I said, okay, finally she crossed the legs, and I said, as soon as she crossed her legs during a Chanchi, and that's the only time she can justify to her husband to fly down to LA and spend a week there. And as soon as she is able to give that excuse to go down there for a week, and she's convinced herself to cross her legs, okay? She crossed her legs. Okay, see, Master, I crossed my legs. What else you want? I said, okay, very good. And I walked away. What did she do? She bent forward and slept. So she fought me every single step of the way. She said, cross your legs. No, I can't. And then after a while, she can say, okay, now sit. And I said, okay. And then she says, I don't like sitting. Can I sleep? Can I bend over backwards? This is too boring for me. Okay? Fighting Master constantly. Because not enough blessings. It's that simple. Okay. Questions or comments? 173. Sutra text. If you are unable to enlighten yourself, you must seek out a great, good-knowing advisor, one who understands the Dharma of the most supreme vehicle and who will direct and instruct you the proper road.
若不自悟，须觅大善知识，解最上圣法者，直是正路。
174. Of course, most of you cannot do it. Almost all of you cannot do it. Even though the instruction is very simple. See your Buddha nature, look at your Buddha nature. It's right there. It's right there. And you can't do it. Okay? And that's what he's saying. I know that you're unable to do that, to enlighten yourself. Then what do? And this is the essence of Chinese chant. He say, go to the mountain and meditate until you become enlightened. He says, no. If you want to practice the sudden teaching Dharma door, that's chant, you don't go to the mountain. You must seek out a great good no advisor. Not just a good no advisor, but a great good no advisor. You cannot figure it out yourself. When you cannot figure it out yourself, okay, and you know, whether you're a professor, whether you're a great Dharma master, whether a young monk, a young nun, so forth, you hear this instruction, you say, I don't know, I'm too sleepy, I have to report, I'm not sure, I don't know why I can't do this. Okay? All those things happen inside your little heads. Okay? And you can't do it because this instruction is that simple and yet you can't do it. Okay? Then you must seek out a great good no advisor. And he will spell out what a great good no advisor is. Yes? Next. Okay? If you want to practice chant, comes from one of the greatest teachers of chant, Chinese chant, in the history of Chinese chant. Okay? He started it. One who understands the Dharma of the most supreme vehicle, meaning what? Understands Mahayana, meaning what? Enlightened. You cannot say you understand the Mahayana, supreme vehicle, unless you're enlightened. Okay? Meaning that if you're not enlightened, you may have 3 or 20 or 40 PhDs. It doesn't mean you understand the supreme vehicle. You have to be enlightened. And therein lies my problem with Master YongHua. Why would I even bother encouraging you to go get a PhD? Baffling to me. Right here, he says, the purpose of a monk or nun is to understand the Dharma of this most supreme vehicle. It ain't gonna come after you spend 7 years or 10 years getting a PhD. It's not gonna happen, guaranteed. 99.999% of the time it's not going to happen. Okay? So number one, you must understand the Dharma of most supreme vehicle. Is that clear? If you call yourself, you look at yourself as a great, good knowing advisor, these are the criteria. Okay? Make no mistakes about it. Do you understand the supreme vehicle? So far, so good? Do you understand prajna? Do you understand precepts? Do you understand shastras? Okay? Number one. Number two, who can instruct you the proper road. 直, 是, 正, 路. Directly give you direct instruction. They won't say, don't go like this. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you should go this way. Oh, maybe you should try that way. It's 直, 是. Okay? You point directly, right there. It's only one way. Okay? It's no, no stopping by, by Vietnam. You go straight. Okay? Okay? 直 是 direct it's not direct instruct. This is directly instruct. Okay? The translation, I disagree with the English translation. Directly instruct. Okay? Because when you instruct, you can say, you should go this way, you can go that way, you can go this way. You can go around. But here, it's directly point out. 是 is show, instruct. Okay? Point out, this is that way. This is certain teaching. It's nothing else. No but and ifs. No excuses. Only one road called certain teaching. Okay? Can you also correct the text as well, please? Who will directly instruct you. Directly and not instruct. Okay? Okay. Directly 是 show you the proper road. Don't instruct. There's no instruction. 指示 directly show you. Yes, 7.
Master, yesterday you mentioned about those 84 competent teachers of Maju. Are they also able to 直视正路, all 84 of them?
No, only 2.
So they were not enlightened at all?
They're enlightened, but they're not good enough.
Thank you, Master.
Enlightenment has many levels. When you enlighten and you cannot directly point to people, then you're not good enough yet. That's just life. Then hide. Because you reveal yourself, you only embarrass yourself. And this is so brutal in our world. He says, if you think yourself as a great, good, no advisor, okay? Number 1, do you understand Mahayana? Namely, for example, I ask you a question about precepts. Do you understand precepts? Do you? Do you understand Shastras? Do you? Do you understand sutras? Okay? No excuse. Yes or no? Number 2, you can directly show your students the proper road. Proper road for what? To enlightenment. What's the proper way to get enlightened? Okay? And what's implied here? Next, he clarified it for you. Okay, he said 2 conditions. Knowledge, understanding of Mahayana. Number 2, can point you to the direct road, direct proper road. 正路 is the proper road. Okay? You don't take the improper road, like stealing, okay? Like fighting, like beating up on other people, like slandering others, like thinking you better than anyone else. That's not the proper road. 176, he continues. Such a good knowing advisor possesses great karmic conditions, which is to say that he will transform you and guide you, enable you to see your nature.
是善之事，有大因缘，所谓化导，令得见性。
177. So those are the two characteristics to describe the great and good knowing advisor. Understand Mahayana, understand the Tripitaka. Number 2, can point the proper road directly, no beating around the bush. Do you know or don't you know what is the direct road? Okay? Do you or don't you? Do you understand Mahayana? Do you know the proper road or not? Can you point it out directly to me? Is that clear? And when you do that, here's what happens. When he's able to do that, it's not just words. I believe you, I believe you, I believe you. You are a great teacher, you're a great, great teacher. When these great good knowing advisors are able to do that, this person possesses great karmic conditions and will transform you, guide you, and lead you to see your nature. Okay? Meaning what? This is very important. Please pay attention here. I've been joking with you the whole day, the whole afternoon so far. If you want to walk away right now, and if you want to remember what you learned today, this is it. This is the essence of Mahayana. This is the essence of Chan. This is the essence of our Wei Yang, American Wei Yang, if you want to put a name or label on it. Okay? Because it's not the same as the Chinese stuff that I learned. Okay? If the great good knowing advisor is real, is for real, okay? Forget about this first sentence. Look about the second sentence. Okay? It's about you. It's not about him anymore. He no longer matters. A great good knowing advisor doesn't say, I'm building temples, I'm building monuments to Buddhism. I'm having 10,000 disciples. My name is well known throughout the lands. No, this great good knowing advisor can transform you, guide you, and lead you to see your nature. Let me explain to you. Transform you, meaning that he will transform. What is he transforming about you? Your evil tendencies, he will transform them into good tendencies. Your evil natures, your evil habit energies will be transformed into good habit energies. It's not talk. It's about you. You know, you say, I believe, I believe, I believe. No. What are you doing? Okay? You will become a good person. Guide you. Okay? Guide what? Why do you need guidance? Hua Dao. Okay? Hua is transform. Dao is to guide. What does guiding mean? Guiding means encouragement, because some of you, like Rushu, say, oh, no, I'm not qualified, no, it's too much for me, I'm not comfortable. So you need to encourage such people, it's okay, you can do it, okay? You are qualified, yes, you can do it, yes, you can, okay? If Xian Shun can do it, so can you. She finds it so comical for some reason. Okay? If Jumi can do it, so can you. Okay, but wait, Jumi can't do it yet. Okay? So, guide you, so to encourage you, okay, and guide you around your own obstructions. Because what happened is that you stopping yourself, first of all, and your karmic obstructions are stopping you, and you're totally helpless. Sounds familiar? Huh? People ask me constantly, Master, I have this problem, what do I do? And I spoke a few things. Oh yeah, it's so simple. Why didn't I think of it? Okay, that's called guidance. Okay, you guide them through their obstruction, guide them through their blind spots. Okay, that's guidance. Transform. Okay, change you from evil to goodness, guide you through your obstructions, okay, through your own roadblocks, and lead you to see your nature. Ultimately, all that boils down to one thing, okay? Can you see your nature or not? Don't tell me about temples. Don't tell me you're building a huge temple. That doesn't interest me, does not impress me. Tell me, who have you transformed, guided, and led to see his or her nature? If you are able to do that, then you are a great, good known advisor. If you can't, shut up. Don't pretend. Guess 7.
Master. So we have the American second patriarch. Is the second patriarch able to 化导令得见心?
I can't give a damn. 178. It is because... okay, no, I'm not done yet. Okay. I only explained to you this thing here, the second part. There's the first part. Such a good no advisor possesses great karmic conditions. I was about to gloss over it. I'm glad I caught myself. Okay, you guys are so impressed. Say, oh wow, Master is too much. He's like this 10th preacher who said, hallelujah, hallelujah, praise the Lord. Oh, you'll all be saved. Because I will transform you, will guide you, and lead you to see God and your nature. Okay? Such a thing. Your good no advisor possesses great karmic conditions. 大因缘 here means that he owes you a lot. He owes you. Otherwise, he doesn't owe you, you're not going to believe. See, you guys are what? What's the word? Cheap? Skates? Sounds familiar? Yeah, cheapskates. Cheapskates. Anyone, San Jose, agree or disagree? Are you cheapskates or not? Okay? And that's why, unless the great good no advisor owes you a lot, you're not going to listen. You want to collect. That's why you're cheap. You say, I don't want to give, I only want to collect. And the collection is through the instructions, the transformation through the guidance. Is that clear? So what happens to these people, this is inside the information, These Bodhisattva has to come to our world and make themselves indebted to you. So that in the future, you being cheapskates, you say, hey, I can collect over there. Let's go over there and collect. That's what you do. Sounds familiar? So what happens if someone says, give $1 into the donation box? Okay? That's also a debt, yes? It will be collected in the future, but more like gazillion, kazoo, whatever, billion much later, whether $1 transform into, $1 billion, trillion, gazillion dollars. You understand? So every single thing counts. It earns interest. Yes, sir. Don't ever look down upon $1, 1/4, or a glass of tea, or a little bit of water. Okay, every single thing counts because of compound interest. Yes, fourth.
So does that mean that all your followers listen to you because they owe you, or you owe them?
I owe them.
And how do you pay back?
I don't. Oh. Who says I have to pay back? What's the matter with you Catholics? We Buddhists are Buddhists because we're smart. We don't pay back. And when they come and collect, they say, are you sure you want to collect? Let it accrue interest. That's not pay you today. 178. Does it help? It is because of the good knowing advisor that all wholesome dharmas can arise.
一切善法因善知识能发起故。
179. This is an assertion. This is not a theory, he says. The fact is that without a good knowing advisor, he's not talking about a great good knowing advisor. Remember the difference now? Before, it's a great good knowing advisor who has those two characteristics. If you follow, what are the two characteristics again? Quickly, tune. What are they? Were you listening? What are they? Number one.
Transform and then guide to see nature.
And what's the second? That's number one.
Of nature. Guide.
No cheating. I don't want you to check my slides. Okay? Anyone else would like to demonstrate to me you've been paying attention? I put so much emphasis on this, and my goal for us, a person, and this is as far as she could get. Don't throw them the slides.
Master, are you talking about? Well, there's also a couple other things. There's the great conditions. There's also see the self-nature.
Okay, anyone else? Give someone else a chance.
That's all I said.
Koreans, do not look at the slides. Show me the Koreans are better than the Chinese Americans here. Come on. Okay, anyone? I'm desperate now. Yes, Booz. What are those two things?
Have to know Mahayana and have to know Tripitakas.
Those are the two things? Conk, go ahead.
님이 말씀해 주셨는데요. 바른 길을 보여준다입니다.
Showing the right path.
Come again?
Showing the right path.
Okay. Number one, must be knowledgeable. Okay? Meaning understands Mahayana. Number two, must be able to transform, guide, and huh? What? Transform, guide, and lead to see the Buddha nature. Transform because it's a dharma of goodness. Okay? You cannot get there unless you're a good person. I'm sorry. It's reserved for good people only. Is that clear? There has yet to be an evil Buddha or a bad Buddha or a bad Bodhisattva. That's not possible. Is that clear? Because they're transformed so that all the evil things transform into goodness. To guide you, to help you navigate through your obstructions and lead you to see your Buddha nature. So far, so good. And he can do that with you because he has great karmic conditions. You can understand whatever you want to understand, or basically he owes you. That's why you listen. If he doesn't owe you, you won't listen. Or maybe sometimes you owe him. All right? And the Master Huineng says, it's because of the good no advisor that all wholesome dharmas can arise. The good no advisor come to our world in order to help us create wholesome karmas. Why is that? Because we are too confused. We wouldn't know head from tails. Remember? Stupid people, by definition, are upside down. They don't realize they're upside down. Okay? So that's why the good no advisor has to tell us what to do in order to help us produce good dharmas, wholesome dharmas. Okay? Next time we do 180. Thank you, everyone. Let's do the rebirth transference.